My name's Stan Gray, and I'm going to tell you the story of God's redemption in my life. Growing up, I wasn't raised in a Christian home, and I wasn't raised by my parents. I was raised by my aunt and uncle. I was raised here in Harford County, went to Bel Air High School, and during those years, my parents, I called them parents. They weren't my mom and dad, but aunt and uncle, but I called them mom and dad. They weren't Christians, but they had good work ethic, and they knew right from wrong, and they taught us right from wrong. But my dad said there were hypocrites in the church. So the only time that we really went to church was on Easter. We didn't go at Christmas, but we did go Easter. So that became my rallying cry. There are too many hypocrites in the church. And as I grew up, the thing that moved me and motivated me most in life was sports. I love sports. And I love the Orioles, love the Colts. Now I love the Ravens. But that was my idol. That's what I enjoyed. That's what I loved to do. And during high school, God gave me some ability to play sports. And I was able to play in college as well, and really rejoiced in that. Thought maybe I could pray professionally, but that never panned out. It didn't happen. So there was some disillusion there in regards to what's in my future. So when I graduated from college, I came back home, and my cousin Alfonso, the Lord had been working in his life, and the Lord really had saved him. And we had contact. Prior to that, him and I would go out to the discos. Yeah, I used to cut the rug quite a bit in those days. And one day, I asked him if he had heard the latest sound. And he said, "Cuz, I don't do that anymore." And I thought, well, what's going on here? That seems strange. He said he gave his life to Jesus Christ. And I thought it would be a phase that he goes through and he would get over it, but that never happened. So we remained in contact. He would talk to me, he would share with me. It never really had any impact on me. And then he invited me out to play basketball one Saturday morning. And I said, okay. Now, he did not tell me they were going to have a Bible study. So I get there, we play basketball, had a good time, and afterwards, he invited everybody into his apartment. He had donuts and refreshments, and I noticed a lot of guys had black Bibles. And I was like, okay, and I felt obligated to stay because our parents had taught us to be courteous. And during that study, I listened, don't remember all that was said, but at the end of the study, there was a bold man there. His name was Nathaniel Johnson. He's my friend today, and he's a pastor up at Aberdeen. And he looked at me and said, "Stan, what are you going to do with Jesus Christ?" And prior to that, I'd had two pretty major accidents. I fell asleep at the wheel, hit a telephone pole, and by God's grace, I was okay. I get home, my mom says, "You better start going to church." Second accident, a guy had flipped over his SUV. I tried to help him on Route 1 near the roller rink back in that day. Was getting ready to get out of my car, opened the latch of my door, saw a light in my mirror, closed my door. The car went up the side of my car, took out my mirror, took out the side of my door. In a split second, I could have been killed or hurt badly. So my mom says, "You need to go to church." And so all that had happened. And then when Nathaniel hit me with that question, he took me through the Roman road, and he pointed out to me that before God, I was a sinner without hope in this world. And then he pointed me to Jesus. And I remember that day, the verse that really broke my heart was, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man comes to the Father but by me." And the Lord saved me that day. He saved me. So I encourage all of you to be faithful, to share your story and to share the gospel with those that you know. because that is the most important thing that we can do. And we not be afraid to share our story. So I encourage you, speak up for the Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you.